Hey guys, RexOverdrive here with another movie review, and this time we're talking about Atomic Blonde.
Oh my God, I think I love you.
That's too bad.
Atomic Blonde's the latest film from director David Leitch and is based on the Coldest City graphic novel about an undercover agent who's sent to Germany during the Cold War to investigate the murder of a fellow agent and track down a missing list of double agents. I was really excited to check this movie out. David Leitch was one of the directors on that first John Wick movie, and that was just such a fun, kick-ass, bare-bones story of a movie. I love that first John Wick movie. The second one's really solid too, but David Leitch wasn't on that one. But I was really excited to see what this director could do with Charlize Theron, and this guy's also directing the upcoming Deadpool sequel, so I was really excited to check this movie out. But this definitely isn't just like a female version of John Wick. It definitely has a lot of action throughout the movie, but it's more of like a spy film. I mean, there's a shit ton of action throughout this movie, but it definitely has that like espionage flavor. I also have to talk about some of the action sequences in this movie, and when you have a director whose primary background is in the stunts part of this industry, oh my god, this movie has some of the most amazing stunts that I've seen all year. Like, it's that good. And there's a particular scene that takes place in a stairwell, and when you watch this, just keep in mind the camera does not make a single cut, and this scene is roughly like, it's probably 10 to 12 minutes, and just keep that in mind while you're watching this. This is all one take. All the fight scenes and action sequences, they're all really top notch, but that one in particular is just insane, and it just really makes you think about like the preparation and like training and just the fight choreography that went into that. And it's brutal. It never feels like fake or anything like that. It really feels like you're watching these people beat the shit out of each other, and I admire that. This is also a very stylized movie, and I can dig that. You throw Blue Monday in the soundtrack and you pretty much just have my money. But I just really like the way they use color in this movie. Some scenes are gray and they have that real grimy feel, but then when you walk into a nightclub, there's this contrast of color and 80s pop music. And the soundtrack of this movie is just so kick-ass. There's so many awesome 80s songs throughout this film, and they actually work within the scenes, whether it's an awesome action sequence or even just a scene between two characters setting up that vibe. And this film's actually kind of a mystery thriller, and the way it tells its plot and story is kind of a little bit different. It does a lot of cutting back and forth between past and present, and every time the movie does that, you get just a little tasty nugget of the story until it moves along and you finally realize what's actually going on. And I also dug the performances in this movie, especially James McAvoy. And this guy's really been killing it lately, whether it's in this or Split from earlier this year. But his character has a lot of personality, and you're not really sure which side this guy's on. But one of my main issues with this movie is the story, and it's not like it wasn't interesting or anything like that. It was just kind of really the way it was told. Like I said earlier, the movie does a lot of cutting back and forth between past and present, and I don't think it was entirely necessary to tell this story. I think you could have done it a little bit different. But just as the movie progressed, it just started to feel a little bit convoluted. And the bulk of the exposition takes place in this sort of like interrogation room, and I really wish they would have found a different way to tell the story, and at times it's just kind of hard to figure out why we're following a certain character or why does this particular thing matter. But then again, I think that's what makes this kind of a smart political thriller. This isn't just an action spectacle. There's a lot of thought and mystery to what's going on. This is also a film that you need to pay close attention to, because if the story starts to lose you, the end of the movie's not going to have that impact, and I think you're probably going to be scratching your head. So with all that said, I'm going to give Atomic Blonde a B. Guys, let me know what you thought of this movie down below in the comment section, and please make sure to subscribe for future videos. I'm RexOverdrive. I'll see you next time.